Good evening to one and all present here. Myself Vetrivel, and my topic will be on electrical drives. So what is an electrical drive? It means a system or an embedded system which is used to control the motor and its RPM, speed, and the voltage consumption and the current. We are using the device is known as drives. So the drive is nothing but an device which is used to perform only specific work. So here there are two types of drives which is operated on inverter. So it is inverter type is used to control the torque and speed, and the servo drive. The servo drive is nothing but it is used to operate on various standards like pressure, temperature, and voltage and current, etc. So this is the block diagram of the drive. The drive consists of the following following equipments. First one will be the source. The source is nothing but the voltage we are giving to the motor. So we are using the source as AC source, DC source based on the requirement of the client. So the sources can be of AC or DC. So either 230 volt AC supply or DC supply. So next one would be the power modulator. So what is power modulator? Power modulator is nothing but the device which controls the output of the power supply. So it will manages the supply based upon the requirement. So we will fix it. We will fix the requirement so that the power modulator will adjust the flow of electric supply. So next one will be the load. So the load is nothing but the device used to device used to perform certain operation. So example would be the electrical pump. So the electrical pump is used to lift the water from some to the higher edge level. So high head level. So some of the examples would be like the water level supply, then conveyor belts are some of our examples of load. So the control unit is the unit which controls the output as well as the input. So the overall system works on the concept of control system where the feedback is taken and given to the control unit, where the control unit will adjust the current as well as voltage. So the control unit is mainly used to control the power of the power modulator. So the control unit, we can give the input. We can program the control unit so that based upon our use, the input and the output can be varied. Next. So next one would be the sensing unit. So we will give the input to the control unit. So the input from the control unit is given to the load. So the sensing unit is placed near the motor and the load. So what is the main purpose of the sensing unit is to identify whether the given input is operated in correct format. Example, the speed of the motor and the motor current are determined using the sensing unit. So we can also determine the pressure and temperature also. So last one would be the motor. So everything is operated only for operating the motor. So the control unit controls the motor as well as the supply will be given adjusted based on our requirement. Next slide. So some of the classifications of the electrical drives are three types, which is the group drive. So group drive, individual drive, and multi-motor drive. In group drive, the group of motors are operated using a single drive. So 3 to 4 motors will be operated using the same drive. So for example, in our region we are using the floor mills. So floor mills use this concept. So next one will be the individual drive. individual drive will be, every motor will be given with certain individual motors. Then multi-motor drive, so two motors are connected to the same drive. So types of supply, so based on the supply there will be AC drives and DC drives. Then based on the running speed, so the speed also can be altered using the drive. The first one will be the constant speed drives, next one will be the changeable speed drives. So on both of them we will feed the input and we will get the output. Then two types of number of motors. First one will be the single motor drive, then next one will be the multi-motor drive. So single motor drive, it can be operated only on one motor. In multi-motor, two or more motors can be operated. Then stable torque drives, then stable power drives. So either the supply can be varied or low or high, the motor will be on gives only stable torque. So the torque there will be no variations. Then power also will be stable in these devices. Next. So the advantages are we can adjust the speed and power and torque and other main requirements. We can use it for in different supplies in different applications. So it can be used where any type of motor, variable AC motor, variable DC motor, so it can be used. Next one. So even it is very useful, it also has some disadvantages where it is very expensive and the dynamic response is also very poor. So in motor there will be two methods. One is static system response and dynamic response. So based on this also the motor output will be varied. Next one, the noise, there will be noise, so it is very ineffective. Next one. So some of the applications would be like it can be used in traction purposes, that is nothing but electric trains, locomotives, and the huge number of domestic and industrial applications. So pumps, conveyors in textile mills, transportation systems are using this type of drives. So next one, next slide. So some of the power relationship of the electric DC motor. So types of motor, there are two types, AC and DC. Here it is DC motor. Thank you.